3 times. Had a walk and a couple of singles, but for the first time this year, Morozic was thrown out stealing, as LeBron still arguing with the home plate umpire out here. He can't believe that Bermudez was called safe, now walking back into the dugout. And we will resume play. Morozic, the left-handed batter from Kent State, to the plate. Yakinich trying to work a quick inning here as Oilers will look for some innings out of their starter. First pitch fastball misses low. 1-0 now to Josh Morozic. As the 1-0 is a called strike, Morozic taking all the way. And we have an even count now, 1-1. There's the 1-1, and it's spiked in the dirt. Ball 2. The defensive alignment for the Oilers, left to right. In the outfield is Pennington, Ditzenberger, Christie. Infield left to right, Moore, Antonsen, Olmstead, Novicki. As here's the 2-1, and it's low again. So 3-1 now on Josh Morozic, looking to reach for his 4th time today in Game 2 of the doubleheader. Morozic in 3-1 pitch is a strike on the outside edge with the fastball. Yakinich evens, or rather goes full now, 3-2. Yakinich from Cornell University, upstate New York. Here it comes on 3-2, and it's ball 4. No! Called strike 3, a very delayed strike 3 call. Morozic can't believe it. He'll head back to the dugout. He tossed the bat down to the Miners dugout.
Taking care of business.
And I think they're going to take that as just an expression of emotion. Sometimes umps will maybe take that as a bit of a slight to their call, but that time he's going to take it in stride as it was a bit of a delay. And now Aaron Walter is going to be filling the 3-hole, usually filled by Casey Rother.
Yeah, Casey Rother not in the lineup for the first time this season. He's appeared in the 3-hole in every game as the first pitch breaking ball is in there for a strike. Obviously, with this being the 4th game in about 48 hours for the Miners, or about 28 to 30-ish hours for the Miners, he's getting the day off.
I think he's earned it.
Yeah, he's definitely earned it. 1-1 now on the hitter at the plate, Aaron Walters, as there's a fastball upstairs. 2-1 on Aaron Walters.
And for a hitter like Rother, it's definitely not a situation of you didn't get a hit, so you get pulled, because he has consistently been the best batter on this lineup.
As Walters swings and misses there, it's 2-2 now on Aaron Walters. Starting pitcher Yakinich obviously did not play this year in 2021 as the Ivy League canceled spring sports, so Cornell unable to play baseball. Here comes the 2-2 to Walters. Breaking ball, swing, and a miss. So Yakinich with a couple of punch-outs as the Miners go down quietly here in the top of the 1st. We'll head to the bottom of the 1st. First start of the year for Michael Paul, and he'll be on in the bottom of the 1st, and we'll be back in just a few moments from Kenai. Welcome back here in Kenai as we start the bottom of the first inning. Coming to the plate will be the third baseman for the Peninsula Oilers in the form of Cole Moore. Cole has been all over the bags through the first 3 games of this series. All of them 7-inning games, as obviously Saturday and Sunday was rain out. This is the last doubleheader of the series, last leg of it. They'll play just one 9-inning game tomorrow. First pitch from the starter, Michael Paul, is over for a ball. Paul with his first start of the year for the Miners. He's pitched once out of the pen so far, but looking to go through here as he gets a swing and a miss, or swing and a foul actually, 0-2, as the first pitch was actually called a strike. So ahead in the count now is Michael Paul looking to put him away on strikes. Paul, Tampa University product. Here's the 0-2, and it's up and away, missed for a ball, so still alive is the hitter at the plate, Cole Moore.
And Cole Moore and Pennington really being injected into this lineup and giving them a lot of vitality ever since they've started this series.
There's a ball low, so it'll go 2-2 now on Cole Moore. Looking to create some early offense, or a spark, I guess you could say, for the Oilers. Here it comes. The 2-2 pitch. Fastball fouled away, so Cole Moore, pesky as ever, staying alive. Michael Paul was a late arrival along with J.D. Urso from the University of Tampa as they played into the semifinals of the D2 College World Series. Paul, here's the 2-2, breaking ball, it missed away, so Paul's reign at full now after being ahead 0-2 on Cole Moore.
And there's no better feeling as a batter now that you are truly putting yourself back in control of this AB.
Paul, from the line, the right-hander, here it comes. Swung on and ripped through the right side. That's going to be a base hit. Cole Moore continues to be a pest on the bases for the Oilers. That's a leadoff single for them. And now coming to the plate, it's going to be Dylan Ditzenberger. Ditzenberger has been really all over this lineup. We've seen him in the 3-hole, we've seen him in the 7-hole, we've seen him in the 8-hole. Now we're seeing him in the 2-hole. So he's been all over the lineup.
One name that's interesting, absent from this lineup, is Andrew Soika. First time we have not faced him in the lineup as well.
Squaring to bunt there is the 2-hitter Ditzenberger. Pulls back, ball 1. Michael Paul out on the mound for the Miners. Paul looking to work around a leadoff single. 6'3" right-hander. Clearwater, Florida. Junior at the University of Tampa. Squaring to bunt again as Ditzenberger pulls back. Strike, throw down to second base on the steal. Was there, but dropped out of the dirt by Bermudez. Wasn't a great throw by Thompson. Went into the dirt. Bermudez had it skip up off his glove. They would have had a caught stealing. Instead, that's going to be a stolen base for Cole Moore.
And tough work there. Bermudez tried to just snatch it down and pin it on the runner. Instead, just knocked it out of the air. And even Urso had to struggle a bit to get back to it.
Miners have struggled to throw out runners on the base pass this year. 1-1 now. Squaring to bunt is Ditzenberger, but he'll foul it straight back to the screen on the bunt. And it's going to be 1-2, as now you would assume the bunt sign would be off. Miners defensive alignment left to right. In the outfield, it's Tyler Wilson in left, Morozic in center, Ricky Nunez in right. Infield left to right, Sweeney at third, Bermudez at short, Urso at second, Walters at first. Pitcher-catcher battery, Michael Paul, Sam Thompson. As Paul peers in, here's the 1-2. Check swing. Did he go around? Yes, he did. First strikeout of the day for Michael Paul as he packs up the hitter Ditzenberger on strikes, check swinging. And now to bring up John Olmstead.
Paul showing early what he can bring to the table, and might not be put in these situations to start often, but anytime you can get early strikeouts, you're going to take them. I want to draw attention to that outfield with Ricky Nunez stepping into right field where Rother usually is. This is by far the speediest outfield we've seen from the Miners this year.
Yeah, Nunez finally fully healthy, back into his first game in over a week as here's the ball swung on and flied into short left. Bermudez, the shortstop, a couple of steps onto the grass, struggling to find it in the sun, but he'll grab it. 2 away, 1 pitch, 1 out. Olmstead back to the dugout, and now it'll be up to the first baseman, Novicki. Henry Novicki, who got the start at first base in Game 1.
Now batting first baseman, number 6.
Miners,
Ricky
well acclimated to what the sun can do to their
Yes.
defense.
Ricky Nunez in the second game of the year had about 2 or 3 fly balls hit the straightaway center that he simply couldn't find in blinding sun over in Shugiak Eagle River.
With the second part of this doubleheader today, the sun's definitely coming more down on the left side of the field, left outfield, short and third looking into it.
Paul from the stretch as he delivers a fastball at the knees, strike one. Michael Paul looking to navigate around a leadoff single and a stolen base. Miners have taken the first 3 in this series, which means they will take the series looking for more here in game 2 of the doubleheader. Paul at the stretch, checks the runner, here it comes. Breaking ball, strike 2. Good pitch by Paul on the outer edge, and he's gone 0-2 now on Henry Novicki.
Paul doesn't really seem to be pushing past him with a lot of heat right now, but dropping into the corners of the zone.
Yeah, he's been good at finding the black on the edges of the zone. Paul at the set, here's the 0-2. Fastball just missed, and he's kind of put a hand up there, maybe signifying where did that miss, but just off the plate, Novicki stays alive. It's 1-2. The on-deck batter would be Garrett Pennington, who had a 3-run home run in game 1. Paul on the bump, setting. He's at the stretch, checks the runner at second. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball, it missed off the plate again, so Paul's gone 2-2 now. Miners, with that win in game 1, moved into a tie at the top of the ABL standings. The Chinooks do hold the tiebreaker with the series edge 3-2 over the Miners, but they're all tied at 9-5 now. The Chinooks are actually playing right now against the Anchorage Bucks. As here's a ball roped into right center field. That ball's going to get down. Nunez cuts it off in the gap. Moore in to score, and holding at first with an RBI single will be the cleanup hitter Novicki. How about that? 1-0 Oilers early.
And one thing we really found out in the last game is these Oilers can come to score as though they were shut out in the first 2 games. They were able to score a quarter of the runs on their season in that last game. In game 1 of this doubleheader, they're starting to heat up as an offense. So are the Miners. This could lead to some more shootout situations between these 2 squads.
Hoping for some firepower, certainly. We'd love another close game. A back-and-forth affair like last contest. As there's a fastball low, ball 1. Paul just looking to give up the 1 and exit the inning, but good news in Anchorage, as currently the Glacier Pilots hold an 8-3 advantage after 3 innings at Mulcahy Stadium. With a loss and a Miners win, they would move into sole possession of first place in the ABL standings as Paul misses away with a breaking ball, 2-0. And we saw the Chinooks several times. They're not liable to giving up a lot of runs, and giving up 8 right now is pretty impressive by the Pilots.
Pilots have plenty of hitters in their own lineup. Right now it seems like they're showing out.
2-0 pitch, swung on and popped straight up in the air. Thompson mask off, shielding from the sun. Can he make the grab? No. Calling off will be Walters. He'll make the grab and foul ground. That'll be a foul out to Aaron Walters. So the Oilers get a run on an RBI single from their cleanup hitter, Henry Novicki. We'll head to the top of the second. Miners to the plate, and we'll be back in just a few moments from Kenai. Welcome back in here from Kenai as we start the top of the second. Miners looking to get that run back after giving up a run in the bottom of the first. Tyler Wilson, the cleanup hitter, first to the plate as he watches a fastball for strike one. As Sean pointed out during the break, Scoop, the Oiler mascot, is back out entertaining the fans behind the plate.
Scoop's been active all day.
Yeah, he's been on the move as Wilson swings and misses 0-2. Scoop honestly resembles maybe the Philly Fanatic a bit. Maybe.
Just a little bit if you cut off the nose.
Yeah, and obviously no green on him. He's all red and white. As here's the 0-2 breaking ball swung on, flying into center field straight away. Ditzenberger's got it played, shaded towards left center field, and that'll be the first out of the inning. As Scoop is going crazy for the out.
Miner's not as happy.
Get a little jiggy with the dance moves. As now Nick Sorelli, the designated hitter, will step to the plate for the Miners. Sorelli was a big part in that win in Game 1. He drew 2 long walks in both the 6th and the 7th innings. Sorelli here looking to get one into the field to play for a base hit. Big first baseman from St. John's. First pitch swinging, fastball, swing and a miss. Caught nothing but air, 0-1.
Sorelli's been real more conservative at the plate the past few times, getting a lot more walks and getting a few hits to go with it.
One pitch here, swung on and fouled away, and that's been good to see Sorelli pick up the walks because he really hadn't been walking a lot before this trip. He had, I believe, coming into this series against the Oilers, it was 2 walks to 11 strikeouts for him, so it's been good to see him get those walk numbers up as the 0-2 misses far away with a breaking ball.
What surprises me is while he's taken plenty of 4 or 5 pitch walks, a lot of situations we've seen him go down 0-2 just to work himself back in.
And I apologize, it's actually the Anchorage Bucks beating up on the Chinooks as this ball is roped deep down the right field line, but that's going to go foul. Did that clear the sign down the right field line?
It went over the signs right by the bullpen of the Oilers.
About 20, 30 feet foul, but Sorelli showcasing the power there as he has it 1-2. Here's the pitch. Swung on and just got a piece of it to foul away, so Sorelli, trying to get another long at-bat, staying alive here, 1-2.
Maybe trying to rope one over the actual fair ball now.
Yeah. The Bucks, if they were to hold on against the Chinooks, they'd move to 7-5 on the year. Here's the pitch, and it missed far outside with fastball, 2-2. And the Bucks, if they were able to win, would continue their winning streak and rise that streak up to 6 games in a row. So an impressive streak for the Bucks after starting out 1-5. Here's the 2-2. Fastball swung on, hit hard over to first, but up with it easily is Novicki. He'll tag the bag 2 away here in the second.
All the props to Novicki there. I would not want to be the one to have to field a shot from Nick Sorelli, already showing off what he could do with the distance.
That'll be Sam Thompson, the catcher to the plate for the Miners. Thompson with 2 outs here. Was not in the lineup for Game 1, but yesterday, Game 1 of the doubleheader, had a couple of hits, and it was good to see Sam come around at the plate. Here's Thompson. First pitch fastball swinging off the ground to fielder's Yakinich. It goes over his glove, but the second baseman coming on, Olmstead, he'll field it and flip to first, and that's a quiet second inning for the Miners. We'll head to the bottom of the second. Michael Paul back out for a second inning of work, and we'll be back in just a few moments from the Peninsula. Welcome back in here to Kenai as we start the bottom of the second. Coming to the plate for the Oilers will be their big designated hitter, Bryce Marsh. 6-hole for game 2. Marsh also the DH in game 1. As first pitch fastball, strike 1 out of the right hand of Michael Paul going back to work for his second inning. The 6, 7, 8 in the order. Bryce Marsh, John Hanley, Trevor Antonsen. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, and that just missed off the outside edge. 1-1. That was a big loopy breaking ball.
Paul wasn't nearly as kind as the other pitchers to share his arsenal with us before the season started, but you could tell that was a big curve on that one.
Here's the pitch. Fastball roped over to first base on a couple of hops, but Walters stops the screaming ground ball 1 away as he'll go 3 unassisted.
I know that Sorelli has had his own fair share of plays at first showing his extension, but Walters might be the best unassisted first baseman the minors have with the amount of plays he's had like that.
He's athletic. He can play first. He can play left. We've heard he can play catcher, assuming he can also play right field in both corners. So Walters certainly versatile, and the bat will play anywhere. First pitch here is a fastball up and in, ball 1 to the 7th inning, John Hanley. Hanley, who is listed as an infielder on the Oilers roster, is behind the plate actually for game 2 as there's a fastball to him, strike 1.
He's wearing 39 instead of 29.
Also mixing up his number tonight.
Yeah, going from 39 here in game 2, back from 29 in game 1. Here's the 1-1, and it's spiked way off the plate by Paul, turning his back immediately, knowing that he made a mistake, and it's 2-1. Michael Paul working from the wide. Here's the pitch, and it's upstairs, and Paul's gone 3-1 on John Hanley. Hanley trying to reach base here. He plays his college baseball at Santa Clara University in California. Here's the 3-1. Swung on and popped up a mile in the air, but that's going to get back out of play. Sun has really emerged here in the second half of game 1, and early here in game 2. It's turned into a nice evening in the Peninsula.
It's almost looking like fall. Back in the Midwest, where we're from, with all the brown and green.
Here's a fastball smoked up the middle, and what a catch! Oh my goodness, J.D. Urso taking away a base hit up the middle.
Yeah, that's a web jam.
Urso, what a play! The Tampa product helping out his fellow Tampa teammate on the mound. J.D. Urso snagging a wicked liner back up the middle, and there's 2 away.
Call that team chemistry, call that instinct, call it whatever you want. That is a web gem from JD Urso.
Somebody send that into SportsCenter Top 10 as there's a fastball for strike 1. Yeah, Urso has a pretty good reputation as a solid defender. Did have that error in game 1, but that's not going to be something very common for Urso. The Miners' middle infield defense is in very good hands with Bermudez and Urso. As the 0-1 pitch is upstairs, and it's gone 1-1. Paul trying to help the Miners take the first 4 games of this series. Tomorrow's contest will start at 6 p.m. Here's the pitch. Fastball called, strike 2 at the knees, so 1-2 now. Trevor Antonsen, Seattle University, in the box.
Paul looking for a 1-2-3 inning here.
And he might get it as this ball's popped up into foul ground. Sweeney, the third baseman, on the move near the dugout, and he'll make the catch right in front of the railing. Oh man, it looked like Wyatt Tucker was veering out of the way on that one. Maybe Mike Ferreira, actually. But anywho, it's a 1-2-3 inning, like you said, for the Miners. We'll head to the third. Miners looking to get some action on the scoreboard, and we'll be back in just a few minutes from Kenai. Ricky Nunez will lead it off to start the third for the Miners as they look for their first hit of the game, trailing 1-0. Luke Yasinich out back on the mound for his third inning of work. Yasinich from the line. Here's the first pitch, swung on and popped up into foul ground. The catcher Hanley making a move for it, but it's going to be the first baseman Novicki to call him off in foul ground. 1 pitch, 1 out. Nunez sent packing back to the dugout. Now it's going to be the 8 hitting Jared Sweeney. Third baseman did not play in game 1.
Jared Sweeney.
Here he is game 2. Same story yesterday. Did not play in game 1. Was playing in game 2. Sweeney started a ton of games at the start of the year, but has seen his playing time diminish with new arrivals that have been playing well, specifically guys like Jordan Williams, J.D. Urso, even David Bermudez, all around the infield, packing it in.
Still great job at holding down the third base, though.
Yeah, he's a very good defender.
And once his hits start to come along, there's no reason he can't find himself into more of that DH role when he's rolling later in the season. Just needs to find his stick right now.
Sweeney, you would think the bat would come around. He's been a starter since his freshman year at Lehigh as that pitch is fouled away. 3-year starter so far at Lehigh, and he's improved with the bat every year. And last year's junior year was his best one, where he put a slugging percentage up over 450, on base over 350. So it'll hope to come for Sweeney as he swings and misses there, 2-2. But having a guy like Sweeney, even falling out of playing time, is a very good problem to have if you're Tyler LeBrun. He is swamped with infielders who can really play.
Not the worst problem to have by any means.
Here comes the 2-2 to Sweeney. Swung on, he just got a piece of it. It's going to be 2-2 here on Jared Sweeney.
And Sweeney, I feel like, is in a similar boat with what Bermudez was earlier, where you know he can hit, it's just a matter of time. And there's going to be one of these games where we hear a solid crack off that bat. I wouldn't be surprised to see a good old double or so.
He watches a breaking ball there. 4 strike 3. Sweeney not objecting to the home plate umpire's call. And now it's going to bring up the 9-hitter, J.D. Urso, who made that spectacular play to take a single away from John Hanley in the bottom of the second.
Luke Yasinich proving to have no issue with this Miners lineup. With J.D. Urso, he has a chance to go 1 through 9 through the Miners lineup in only 3 innings.
Hasn't allowed a hit or walk. Here's Urso. First pitch fastball missed inside. Urso 1-0. He was the guy who kick-started that 7th inning in game 1 for the Miners, where they ended up tying the game and taking the lead. He scored the tying run as he fouls that pitch back to the screen. He got a sharp single to right center to open up that 7th.
Already has his own highlight in the field for today, hoping to show some two-way talent now.
Urso. And an even count now, 1-1. J.D. Urso. Here's the pitch. Swung on and popped up. That's going to fly out of play. 1-2 here on Urso. If he could reach, it'd be his middle infield partner, David Bermudez, who represents the top of the lineup, on deck. 1-2 to Urso. Here it comes from Yasinich. Fastball swung on and fouled away. Pretty much same spot, down the right field line.
With Urso and Bermudez, both of them have speed and they have the ability to almost just drop bloopers across the field. They're proving to be a pretty deadly 1-2 combo with Urso getting on base.
Urso trying to find his way on in his first at-bat today. Here's the pitch from Yasinich. Breaking ball in the dirt, swing and a miss. Actually, just before the dirt, a scoop out by Hanley. And that'll end it here in the third. It's been 3 perfect innings so far for Luke Yasinich. Nothing on the Miners' board hit-wise. We'll head to the bottom of the third. Miners looking to keep this at a 1-0 game, and we'll be back from Kenai in just a few moments. Welcome back here from the Peninsula as we start Michael Paul's third inning on the mound. He will face the 9-hitter Owen Christie. Bottom of the lineup for the Oilers will be 9-1-2 in the order. Christie from Iona College. 6 feet, 175 pounds for Owen. First pitch from Paul is a fastball outside, and we're underway in the bottom of the third. Paul was able to squeak through that bottom of the second with no hits allowed. Urso really helping him out. 1-0 pitch is a fastball on the black. Strike one from Michael Paul.
The tandem from Tampa definitely seems to be holding it down their own in the infield.
Paul winds. Here it comes. Missed away. 2-1. Strength for the Miners so far is through 3.5-ish games. They've only had to use 4 relievers total. That is certainly a strength. As here's the 2-1. Fastball swung on and popped up. Foul ground. Ranging over is Walters. Will he have room? Did he make the catch?
He had the room
Oh
and made the
my goodness!
catch.
Aaron Walters made the catch! Over near the fence, he didn't know how much room he had. He ended up falling down backwards and was able to still judge it and make the putout. What a play by Walters in foul ground. How about that? Aaron Walters with a spectacular play. Miners with a couple of really nice defensive plays to help out Michael Paul so far. And now Cole Moore, who has been all over the bags for the Oilers this series. He singled and scored his first plate appearance. Paul's first pitch to him is a breaking ball outside, ball 1. It's a bit of a slow curve, it looks like. Maybe a 12-6 curve with that breaking action.
Wouldn't be the only one on the team with that pitch in their arsenal.
Willie Johnston was dotting that up last night in his complete game shutout as there's a foul ball from Moore.
And Moore has been the real thorn in the side of the Miners so far. Not only just getting hits in every one of these games, but scoring as he came all the way around in the first inning here.
Here's the pitch, and it's low, ball 2. Miners have one more game here tomorrow in Kenai. They'll play at 6 p.m. tomorrow in that game before returning home. Have a couple of off days, and then they'll face the Anchorage Glacier Pilots at home for the first time this year. They played a couple of road contests as Paul goes 2-2 here. They've played a couple of road contests in Anchorage at Mulcahy Stadium against the Pilots, splitting the contests. Paul at a 2-2 count. Here it comes. Fastball grounded up the middle. Urso ranging up the middle. He did not get it. Went just under his glove. Racing into second is Moore going for 2, and he's out! Great tag by David Bermudez. A great hustle from Josh Morozic in center field. Cole Moore, who just picked up his second hit of the day, is thrown out at second base trying to stretch a single into a double. And now there's 2 away as that base running threat is eliminated off the bases.
Got greedy there. Overestimated his own speed. Cole Moore has been one of the fastest people we've seen on the base path. And I guess he saw a bit of lackadaisical coverage after Urso dropped that. Nice awareness by Morozic.
I wouldn't say that was a bad decision. That was definitely a heat-of-the-moment decision, but Morozic got to that ball quickly and was able to fire it in. David Bermudez with a nice sweep tag as he was a little bit off the bag as Paul there gets in a strike to go 1-1. But yeah, the Miners, how about the defense today? Really helping out Michael Paul.
And that was, honestly, I think Bermudez deserves more credit there because he had to turn behind him to grab it.
Here's a breaking ball smashed into right center field. This is going to split the outfielders. Nunez up with it in the gap. The throw into second is not going to be in time. So there's a 2-out double from Dylan Ditzenberger. So Ditzenberger on second now. And coming to the plate, it's going to be John Olmstead, who popped out the short left. Bermudez going out to make that catch in the first inning. You got to think, Cole Moore stays at first there. He would have at least had somewhat of a chance to score. Maybe not. Wasn't too deep. Nunez got it in fairly quickly, but regardless, runner on second, 2 away. John Olmstead looking to knock in a run. Paul's first pitch is a fastball, just low. Thompson tried to frame it, but to no avail. 1-0.
And this top of the lineup really proving to give fits to Michael Paul right now.
Outfield playing fairly shallow, actually. The left fielder, Wilson, fairly in as there's a fastball for strike one. Wilson, speedy. He's playing pretty much straight up left field. Morozic straight up center. And in right, it's pretty much straight up for Wilson. The only guy maybe not in the natural position is Urso at second, holding on the runner just a bit. Shaded fairly up the middle. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on, popped up into right field. Nunez will come on a couple of steps, and he makes the catch, and that'll end the bottom of the third. Oilers get a 2-out double, but can't bring him around. We'll head to the fourth. Miners trail 1-0 here from the Peninsula, and we'll be back in just a few moments. Welcome back here as we start the top of the fourth. 1, 2, 3 in the order for the Miners. Nobody has been able to touch Luke Yasinich yet. Bermudez was actually the closest one to touching him. He got that ground ball down to the third baseman Moore to lead off the game, but was thrown out by a step after initially being called safe as the 1-0 pitch is popped up behind the plate. Mask off for Hanley, tracking it. He's got it. One away. A lot of just easy outs right now for the Oilers. Miners bats being pretty quiet so far.
And we were talking before the game, too, with Hanley behind the plate. We've never seen him put on the shin guards and mask to be part of the battery, but so far seems to be doing fairly well. Anytime you can help put together a perfect game through 3 innings, I'd say you're doing your job.
Santa Clara products showing some versatility. As here's the first pitch to Josh Morozic. Watches strike one. Morozic, left-handed batter. He was called out on strikes on a borderline 3-2 pitch in the first. Here's the pitch. Swung on and cracked into left center field. Going out. Nice jumping catch, Trevor Antonsen. Ball was cracked, but Antonsen, who's playing on pretty much the lip of the grass, was able to maneuver back and make the over-the-shoulder grab. 2 away, and now it's Aaron Walters.
That was an impressive grab. It's almost like a receiver catching over their shoulder. Never totally sure where it's going to land, but just timed that one up perfectly.
2 away, Walters to the dish. He struck out swinging. It was Yasinich's second strikeout victim in the first. Yasinich on the game has 3 punch-outs. He goes to work here with 2 away. First pitch swinging. It's fouled over the screen. Strike one. Actually, 4 strikeouts count him for Yasinich. He winds here to Walters. Here it comes. Breaking ball in the dirt. 1-1. And just a 7-inning game. If Yasinich were able to get Walters out here, he'd be perfect through 4.
Miners just looking for any solid contact right now.
Here's the pitch, and it missed away. Wally, up 2-1 in the count.
Hey, a walk will end a perfect game, too.
Miners just looking for a way to get a run now. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit a mile up into the air. The second baseman, Olmstead, ranging back behind the second base bag. He'll snag it, and that'll end the 4th for the Miners. For the 4th straight inning, no runs, no hits, no errors. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th. Coming to the plate are the Oilers, and we'll be back in just a few minutes from Kenai. Welcome back in here to the Peninsula, right on Cook Inlet. Here we go in the bottom of the fourth. Stepping up to the plate for the Peninsula Oilers is Henry Novicki, 4-5-6 in the lineup. Novicki, Pennington, Marsh.
The Oilers' first baseman, number 6, Henry Novicki.
Up drive in that run. He had that RBI single that plated Cole Moore, and that's been the only scoring of this contest. As we play here in the bottom of the fourth, Michael Paul's first pitch is a fastball fouled to the screen. Paul has been able to make it through the first three with just that one run allowed. Not too much in the strikeout department, just one on the day. Squaring to bunt here is Novicki. He'll pull back as that pitch just barely missed low, 1-1.
A bit of a rushed entry into that batting or bunting stance, too.
Oilers do like the bunt. Certainly trying to manufacture runs and get guys on any way they can. Paul, 1-1 pitch. Fastball, ooh, that just missed away. 2-1. Miners, in the middle of their 6 out of 7 games on this road trip. Been a long one. Here's the pitch, fastball, and that just missed again. It's been 3 close misses for Michael Paul as the count is ran to 3-1 here on Novicki. Here's the 3-1. Swing and a miss. Actually, foul ball just tipped off Thompson, so Cat's going to be full 3-2. Michael Paul with an opportunity for his second strikeout of the game. Paul winds, fires. Swung on and fouled out of play over the Miner dugout.
Foul ball brought to you by the Dillon family from
3-2.
And the question is going to remain, how long are you going to allow Michael Paul to go into this game? Obviously, has mostly remained in control since that first inning.
It's like maybe a Miner or two standing up at the pen. Here's a ground ball grounded out to the shortstop Bermudez. He'll go 6-3 to Walters in time to retire Novicki, and here's one away. As stepping to the plate now is going to be Garrett Pennington. Yeah, looks like maybe a reliever down there has started to move around. Maybe that's Lance Santier. We haven't seen him in a while, but he's at least standing down there.
Definitely doing some band work over in the bullpen.
Yeah, we haven't seen him since his last start, which was a while ago, actually. It was, I believe, back in Anchorage a couple of weeks back. Pitch swung on, grounded to third on the first pitch from Pennington sharply, but up with it quickly is Sweeney, 2 away.
And with Lance, part of that, of course, comes into the travel. Flew back to rejoin the team here on an early flight. Probably wanted to give him extra time to relax, especially seeing how deep their starters went.
It's been a week and a half since he has pitched in an actual game. That last contest coming on June 12th in a 5-2 loss against the Pilots. He was tagged with 4 of those runs. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball just missed. Ball 1. Santier has been tasked with both losses in his 2 appearances as a starter this year for the Miners, so maybe bullpen could help him if he's indeed the guy they call on. As here's the ball popped in the foul ground. Sweeney gave a run at it at first, but seeing that ball flying out of play, he'll let it go. 1-1.
Could be interesting to see a Lance Santier attempted save as well. Have yet to see him in anything like that situation.
Hopefully the Miners can be in the position to get a save if they get some runs on the board. As here's a fastball foul to the screen, and 1-2 now here on the 6th hitting march. Michael Paul trying to work a clean 4th inning. He gave a run in the first, worked a clean second, gave up a double, along with a single where the runner Moore was thrown out in the 3rd, but no runs. As he works here in the 4th, goes 2-2. Miners starter tomorrow's TBA. Could see maybe Wyatt Tucker get the start, but not really sure yet. Here's the wind from Paul, and here it comes. Swung on and fouled over the Miners dugout again. We'll stay 2-2.
Magical Garden CBD store.
Standing in the on-deck circle right now is Hanley, wearing that off-throwing number 39 jersey instead of 29. Right now, Paul trying to put him away as he continues to extend this at-bat with another foul tip.
Up another foul ball, staying alive. Over in the top of the 7th, still 8-3. Anchorage Bucks lead the Chugiak Eagle River Chinooks. Here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled up the first base line. But even with the Chinooks loss, the Miners still have to win to take sole possession of first place.
Right now, they're not going at the thunderous pace they'd like to be, as Bryce Marsh is making this a long at-bat. This will be the 8th pitch coming up.
Paul, here it comes. 8th time is the charm as Marsh goes down swinging in the dirt. Throw by Thompson down to Walters to complete the strikeout. 2nd strikeout of the day for Michael Paul. We'll head to the 5th. Miners still hitless on the day, looking for their first and maybe some runs along with it. And we'll be back in just a few minutes from Kenai.
Join us tomorrow. Leading off for the Miners.
Welcome back as we start things off in the top of the 5th. It'll be Tyler Wilson first to the plate. Tyler Wilson, Nick Cerelli, Sam Thompson due up here in the 5th as the Miners still do not have a hit against Luke Yasinich. First pitch coming. Fastball swung on into left field. Coming on is the left fielder Pennington, and he'll make the catch on the line drive. That's a very quick F7 for Tyler Wilson, one away. Smoked that one opposite field. Just could not find a hole.
Number 37.
Miners
Cerelli.
still hitless. Like I said, it's only a 7-inning game. And you don't want to say it too early, but Luke Yasinich is 8 outs away from being perfect. Here's a fastball, strike one.
And how big of a response would that be to your team after losing 3 straight, coming back and throwing a perfect game?
0-1 pitch coming to Sorelli. Low and in, so it's going to be 1-1 on the first baseman. Actually, DHing today. Third straight start at the designated hitter spot. I guess I have to get used to saying that. Started at first base pretty much every game so far this year. Just the 1-1. Breaking ball up. 2-1 on Sorelli.
I would say this is the closest he's come to walking somebody, but that would be just off by 1 pitch. He has only reached a full count once in this game.
As now he's about as close as you can get. 3-1, so Sorelli trying to become the first minor base runner. Sam Thompson sits in that on-deck circle.
And for anyone that's curious at home, yes, we would love to jinx a perfect game right now.
3-1 pitch is inside, so you must have jinxed it.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Sorelli walks down to first base as we hear a couple of groans in the Oilers press box. I'm sorry, guys.
Gotta speak these things into existence.
Now batting number 18, Sam
So
Thompson.
Sorelli with another walk. It's his
We still got the no-no.
third of the series. So Yasinich now on, one out. At the set, here it comes. Fastball foul to the screen. Thompson down 0-1.
Can I speak a hit into existence as well? He does still
I don't
have.
think you're going to be welcome back after the series.
Lock the press door.
All depends on the outcome in the end.
Thompson, actually a home plate umpire calling time before second pitch. 0-1 on Thompson. It's early at first, limited speed, so Thompson trying to just move the runner along here.
Never underestimate Nick Sorelli, though, when he gets some head full of steam
This
going.
ball's popped in a foul ground. Long run for Novicki, and he just ran out of room. Henry Novicki, an athletic first baseman over there, moving quickly, but couldn't get to that in time. It's going to be 0-2 on Sam Thompson.
So there's still a chance for a hit. You have to stay hopeful as long as possible, folks. There is no perfect game. And now that they can get that off of their back, they can hopefully start unloading on the bases.
As here's a ball lined down the third baseline, softly but foul. Thompson still alive, 0-2 for the Oilers. They lead this game 1-0 on 1 run, 4 hits, no errors for the Miners. No runs, no hits, no errors. Only base runner was Nick Sorelli, who walked.
It's also currently at first.
Yasinich sets. 0-2 again. Up, way up, over Thompson's head, 1-2. Nunez, who fouled out on the first pitch he saw in his first at-bat in the third, sits in the on-deck circle.
You don't want to say this is the best chance they've had, but when it's the only chance you've had,
Kinda is.
it's the best.
1-2 pitches fouled away, so Thompson putting together a nice little battle here, the catcher.
Foul ball brought to you
Still
by
1-2.
Driving Academy.
I'd like to thank Napa Auto Parts of Alaska for being one of the sponsors of the Mat-Su Miners, as well as Alaska Airlines, a fellow Miner sponsor.
Helped us bring both of us up here, honestly. Alaska Airlines, a major contributor for Miners Travel.
1-2 pitch skips away from the catcher Hanley, and that's going to be a wild pitch from Luke Yasinich as the runner Sorelli moves up to second. Runner on second, only 1 out for the Miners. It'll be 2-2 now on Thompson. Yeah, nothing really Hanley could do there. He's actually been pretty good tonight behind the plate. No traffic on the base pass until now, but nothing he could do with that curveball spiked in the dirt. 2-2, count even on Sam Thompson, looking to drive in a run. As Yasinich steps off, and Hanley is going to go out and have a conference with the right-hander from Cordell, Luke Yasinich. Probably making sure that you don't leave one over the plate to Thompson, give him a cookie to hit.
You know, you don't want to be throwing any meatballs down into the zone. And Thompson showing off with a few foul balls in this at-bat, obviously in a bit of more of a defensive position as the hitter.
Thompson back in. Here comes on 2-2. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Thompson slams the bat down in frustration. He's gone swinging as now it looks like the home plate umpire is going to go out there and talk to Yasinich. As he's going to check the ball, I think.
Really?
It's like he's going to check the ball.
Wow.
Nothing coming of it.
Gives it back to him quickly. It isn't the first time we've seen this. From a few games back, we saw Miners reliever Nate Beinel also get checked.
MLB has a crackdown on pine tar right now, and apparently the Alaskan Baseball League is following suit. Now Ricky Nunez is the Miners' last chance to get a run here in the 5th. Still no hits. That goose egg in the hit column. Nunez, a right-handed batter. First game back in about a week. Just dealing with some tightness, some soreness. Back today in game 2 of the doubleheader. Right-hander against right-hander. Sorelli at second. Here's the pitch. Swung on and stung down the third baseline, but it'll roll foul.
And you know, Ricky would love to be the one to finally break that 0 and get that big elephant off of their back right now. He is a purely emotional batter is what I like to call him. Somebody that thrives most when he's feeling happy in the batter's box and feeling confident.
The only way to feel confident is to get some kind of hit, and could it be right here? 0-1 pitch to Nunez on the way. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball in the dirt, so Nunez now in a deep hole 0-2.
Definitely trying to play the role of hero. Just needs a little bit more contact.
Jared Sweeney in the on-deck circle. He would be next if it can get to him. 0-2 to Nunez. Yasinich sets. Here it comes. In the dirt, skips away off the plate from Hanley. Moving up to third is Sorelli. He took a big turnaround first. He'll head back there. So the second wild pitch of the inning by Luke Yasinich. And honestly, that ball probably would have been blocked by Hanley, but it hit directly on home plate and took a hop straight towards the Miners' dugout. So Sorelli, with a couple of wild pitches, ends up on third base, and Nunez has a runner at third and 2 out.
Sorelli almost had the chance to score there. Hanley couldn't seem to locate the ball whatsoever initially.
Here's the 1-2, swung on, and Nunez pops it back out of play. So stay alive, 1-2. The Mount San Jacinto College product. He plans on playing next year at Cal Poly University, Division II in California.
And not going to get a run across with that one, but he is going to give a souvenir to the highway.
6-1, 190. The outfielder swings, and it's a foul tip into the mitt of the catcher, John Hanley. And that's another hitless 5th for Luke Yasinich. He's got 5 hitless innings going. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th. Miners trail by a run here in Kenai, and we'll be back in just a few moments. Welcome back here from Coral Seymour Ballpark as we start the bottom of the 5th. The Oilers sending John Hanley to the plate. Hanley is the 7th hitter in the order. He'll be 7-8-9 for the Oilers. First pitch is a fastball low, and we're underway in the bottom of the 5th. Michael Paul back out for another inning of relief. Looks like nobody's throwing the Miners bullpen, so maybe Santerre was just doing some band-related work. As here's the 1-0. Fastball strike on the outside edge. Paul allowed just that single run in the first. Pitched 3 scoreless since then, but no help from his offense to speak of so far. It's the 1-1. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Swung right over the top of it. Did Hanley, and it's 1-2.
And Paul reminds me a lot of how Sundyne for Chugiak pitches. Doesn't necessarily have the fastest stuff on the team, but he will play you with that proverbial rocking horse back and forth.
As that ball, that was a trick shot. A foul ball cleared the screen, but did not clear the wood structure. Hit the top of the wood structure, which is now a little bit shaky.
That's metal. Give it more credit.
Yeah, metal. My bad. 1-2 is grounded to Urso on a tough hop. He'll get it, though, and throw out the runner Hanley in time. 1 away here in the 5th.
I guess that's just good karma coming back around for Sam Thompson, catching that trick shot off the top rafter, coming right back at Hanley.
Send up Trevor Antonsen to the plate. He was hitless in game 1. And so far today, 0 for 1. Trying to find that bat. He tried to maybe square there, 0-1.
It definitely hasn't been what you would call a shootout, or what I assumed was going to be a shootout.
Just the pitch. Fastball swung on, popped a mile in the air into a Bermuda triangle down the left field line. Long run, Sweeney coming on Wilson, and it's going to land right in between them. Classic Bermuda Triangle play out there. Wilson and Sweeney had the best shot at it. Sweeney was chasing after it until the last second when he pulled off, and Wilson, standing flat-footed, had it land right in front of him. So the Miners could have had an out there. It was a long run, but unable to make the play.
And now, if Antonsen is going to try and make something out of nothing after being able to survive that one.
Here's the 0-2. In the dirt. That went about 56 feet. Blocked by Sam Thompson. 1-2. Antonsen. And then Owen Christie on deck. Christie fouled out, as did Antonsen. Both to opposite sides of the diamond. Antonsen over to on the third base side is Paul gets a called strike 3 with the fastball. A little bit of a late strike 3 call there, but he gets it done nonetheless. 3 Ks on the night for Michael Paul, and now it'll bring up Owen Christie with 2 away.
I don't think there could have been any doubt that that was a strike. It looked like one of the cleanest put-away pitches we've seen tonight. Maybe the ump was just thinking about how he wanted to shift his arms, make sure it looked cool.
Could have been thinking about his post-game meal.
Yeah, maybe. Chicken and rice.
Let the guy think. As here's the ball fouled towards the Miners dugout, 0-1. Maybe he was thinking about some halibut. I actually had halibut for the first time last week. It was the best seafood I've ever eaten in my life.
Oh my God, you need to go.
There's a breaking ball, 0-2. Yeah, not a big seafood eater. As I hear a couple
Reese
of
needs
groans.
to see the ocean more.
Yeah, I never was a big seafood eater growing up. 0-2 now. Here's the pitch. Fastball up, 1-2. Halibut's very good. It's kind of like cod, but better.
It's much better.
Yeah, much better. But it
We'll try red
it
salmon
a
next.
little bit. 1-2. Fastball called, strike 3. Set away on strikes is Owen Christie. Back-to-back punch-outs here to end the 5th for Michael Paul. We'll head to the 6th. Miners still looking for their first hit of the day, and we'll be back from Kenai in just a bit. Welcome back here from Kenai as we start the 6th inning. Jared Sweeney to the plate. It'll be Sweeney, Urso, Bermudez as Sweeney watches ball 1. Miners finally broke up the perfect game in the 5th inning with a walk, but still no hits. Here's the 1-0 to Sweeney. And called strike. A little bit below the knees, an extended zone from the home plate umpire. So 1-1 here on Sweeney. Left-handed batter. In here, Yasinich from the line. Here comes on 1-1. Swung on, hit hard, but right at the second baseman, Olmstead. Sweeney got a good piece of wood on that, and that is a loud out number 1.
It's a loud line out for sure. Sweeney going down, and with that out, JD Urso, the very bottom of the order, back up to the plate for only the 2nd time.
JD Urso. Struck out swinging to end the 3rd inning. First pitch to him here. Missed up and in. So Urso ahead of 1-0. Yasinich through 5 1/3 hitless here at Coral Seymour Ballpark. 1-0. Swung on, grounded to short. Coming on is Antonsen, and he cannot make the play. Long turnaround first by Urso. He'll go back into the bag, and that will certainly not be the first hit. That's going to go down as an E6. Antonsen unable to field that one as it went right by him. And JD Urso's aboard now with 1 out here in the 6th.
First error we've seen recorded for either side in this 2nd game today, as both sides have looked pretty aware and adept out on the field, especially in that 1st inning with that first ground out.
Antonsen should have definitely had that one. So the Miners with a run on, 1 out. Pitch to Bermudez. Breaking ball floats over the plate. Strike 1.
Bermudez definitely seemed to love embracing the leadoff role and how consistent he was delivering on offense. A hit here could be another rally cry for his team.
Here comes the 0-1. And it's up and in. Just getting out of the way of it was Bermudez. Almost thought he got hit at first, but just peeled out of the way, and it's 1-1. Breaking ball there. Clearly no intent from Yasinich. But anyhow, we're at 1-1. Urso over at first, taking his lead. Here's the 1-1. Urso taking off, swung on, lined into right field. Going back to get it is the right fielder. Christie has got it. His throw back into the infield will not be in time to double off Urso. A swinging line out there for David Bermudez. And there's 2 away now. Josh Mrozek to the plate with 2 outs. Urso was taking off on that pitch. If that ball somehow got over the head of Christie, Urso would have scored easily. Mrozek into the box now. Left-handed batter. Came into this game batting .300, and he watches ball 1 there.
And they just need a hit.
Yeah.
I mean, as many times as you can say it, you cannot go through a full 7 innings without getting a hit and expect anything but this to happen to you. And you have to imagine for the team, as many hitting coaches as the Miners have, they have to be frustrated.
Here's the throw over to first. Back safely is JD Urso. Mrozek at the plate. Looking to somehow advance Urso here. Here's the 1-0. Runner taking off. Here's the throw down to second base. It's a laser, and it is in time. An impressive throw from John Hanley there to gun down JD Urso, and that'll end it here in the 6th. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th. Miners trail 1-0 here in Kenai, and we'll be back in just a few moments. Welcome back as we begin the bottom of 6th. Miners looking to hold the Oiler lead at just 1-0. Stepping on play will be Cole Moore, who's had 2 hits today. Couple of singles, but was thrown out last time trying to stretch it into a double. First pitch here, breaking ball. Michael Paul gets a swing and a miss. He's been pretty good today. 4 strikeouts across 5 innings. Not just that 1 run.
Can't say he has any reason to complain except for when he's going up against Cole Moore. 2 hits already.
Looks like a right-hander down throwing in the minor pen as he's gone, or rather Paul's gone 1-1 here. It's like maybe Aaron Winkler throwing for the Miners in the pen. No activity for the Oilers. It looks like Yasinich will get the opportunity to close this out.
No reason he shouldn't. Still no hitter. Well, I don't think I would want anyone to bring me off the mound.
This has been an extremely quick game. We're at just over an hour. The pitch. Missed in, so Paul's gone 2-1. Paul has been able to scatter 4 hits across 5+ innings so far, as he's sitting at 2-1 on Cole Moore. Breaking ball outside corner, strike 2, good pitch. Be Moore, then Ditzenberger, and then Olmstead. Lone run in this game coming in the bottom of the 1st, so we haven't had any scoring for almost 5 full frames. 2-2 coming. Swung on, hit down the left field line pretty well, but that's going to go foul.
And while you're obviously upset, as the Miners skipper and coach, you have to understand and appreciate the performance Paul has given on. Through 6 innings, that 1 run is the only real blemish he's had allowed.
So here's the pitch, swung on and lined into center field. Have a day, Cole Moore. 3 hits on the day. He has absolutely attacked Miners pitching on this road trip, and that's a leadoff single for Cole Moore. Now be Dylan Ditzenberger. As now it looks like there's going to be a conference at the mound between pitcher and catcher. Thompson walking out there, have the conference with Michael Paul. Miners still in good position. There is a runner on first, nobody out. But that runner still is on first. He's a long way from the plate.
So here's a fact for anyone back home. Curious about how this game has gone. We've seen 5 total hits between 2 teams. 3 of those hits alone have come from Cole Moore.
Yeah, he's accounted for over half of them.
He's accounted for 60% of the hits in the game for both teams so far.
As in the top of the 9th for the Shugiak Eagle River Chinooks, they have cut into the lead a bit. They got an RBI, or they got back-to-back RBIs from Matt Magno and John Mark Mullins, and it's now 8-5. As here's a little dribble up the line. Paul with the tag. You'll get Ditzenberger out. No shot at the runner at second, so it'll go down as a ground out, and it'll be 1 unassisted on the tag. Moving up to second is Moore, 1 away. Chinooks trying to claw back, down 8-5.
Second baseman, number 7, Johnny Olmstead.
Johnny Olmstead on the day, so 0 for 2. Popped out the short, flew out to right. Olmstead, third AB, here it is. And it's a pitch outside from Michael Paul, 1-0. Winkler continues to throw in that Miners pen.
Winkler's been getting a lot of use. Usually Beimel is one of their first go-to reliever arms. With a bit of tightness, and he wasn't sure whether or not it was a dislocated rib for a while. They're just giving him a chance to rest for a while. Probably not going to see him pitching until next week.
2-0 here on the 3-hitter, Johnny Olmstead. Michael Paul trying to navigate around damage. On deck batter is Henry Novicki. 2-0 pitch. On the way. Fastball fouled to the screen. 2-1. Big hack there from Olmstead. Be 2-1. Miner defense playing a little bit back. They'll be really worried about the bunt. The Oilers have laid down several bunts this series, but not really anticipating one here. 2-1 count. Here it is. Breaking ball missed away, and Michael Paul has ran it to 3-1 on Johnny Olmstead. Paul from the stretch. Checks the runner at second. Checks him again. Checks him one more time. Here it comes. And he spiked a pitch in the dirt. And that's going to allow the runner on second, Moore, to move up to third. Taking his base is Johnny Olmstead. And it is first and third with just one out here for the Miners, as they're in some trouble. As now Tyler LeBrun looking down at his lineup card, and he's going to trot out to the mound. We'll see if he sticks with Michael Paul here. And maybe not to be, as it looks like the right-hander warming up in the pen is starting to walk towards the gate. And we will have a pitching change here in Kenai. We'll take a break with the pitching change as the new reliever comes in, and we'll be back in just a few moments. Welcome back here from Kenai, as new pitcher on is right-hander James Aaron. Aaron on for another appearance for the Miners, with runners on first and third trying to strand him. First pitch from Aaron. Fastball grounded, foul. Corners in for the Miners. Maybe expecting perhaps a suicide squeeze, but nothing yet. On the year, Aaron has pitched in 3 games, 2 starts, 11 innings, allowed 2 earned runs. He's got a 1.64 ERA. Here's the pitch. Grounded to first. Up with it is Walters. He'll go to second. The throw is low and not in time. No outs recorded. In to score for the Oilers is their leadoff hitter Moore, and it's 2-0 Peninsula here in the bottom of the 6th. Walters caught it on an in-between hop and kind of froze and tried to go for the runner at second, but it was far too late. Didn't have a shot at the guy at home. Maybe could have gotten the out at first, but instead, nobody out there.
Now batting left
And
fielder
with
number
one out
18,
to be Garrett Pennington to the plate, and James Aaron is going to go have a talk with Sam Thompson. Didn't make a bad pitch there, and got a pretty good result. A weak grounder to first, but nothing he can do about that.
And it's always going to be a bit of a rocky start whenever you're put into a jam situation. Within 3 pitches, allow a run to come across. But that situation at first with Walters isn't something he can control. Just needs to get back to pitching and focusing on that strike zone.
So 2-0 now. The threat far from over. Just 1 out in the inning. Aaron pitching to Garrett Pennington. Here it is. Fastball low, 1-0. Aaron has been really solid this year in terms of ERA, just 1.64 ERA as I said before, as he tries to work out of trouble. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on, hammered, deep left field, going back to the track, to the wall, it's gone. Tyler Wilson just looking up, and for the second game in a row, Garrett Pennington burns the Miners with a 3-run home run to make the advantage. Oilers 5, Miners 0. Garrett Pennington really getting into that one. He showcases a ton of power, and that does the job as the Oilers have broken open here in the 6th.
Won't say that's a nail in the coffin, but that's as close as you can get in the game of baseball, as that one's just an absolute killer by Pennington. He is hot today.
Smoked that one over the fence, and the dust has settled, and the Miners now trail by 5. Just a 7-inning game in the doubleheader. First pitch from Aaron is a ball to the next hitter in the order. Looks like actually a pinch hitter.
The Oilers, number 22.
To the plate. Might be Andrew Soika.
Andrew
Soika is pinch hitting for Bryce Marsh. Umpire didn't get it entered in his lineup card, as now we're going to take a quick break. Aaron just throwing a couple of tosses to Thompson. Lineup card settled, and we're ready to resume baseball. So actually the count is going to be called off. That pitch does not count as a ball, as it was not recorded.
I'm sure Aaron's happy about that.
And at least on the on the opposition front, we have a final from Mulcahy Stadium. The Anchorage Bucks defeat the Chugiak Eagle River Chinooks by a score of 8-5. Fastball in. Now we're at 1-0 on Andrew Soika. 8-5. Losers are the Chinooks. That draws their record to 9-6. Here's the pitch, swung on and grounded hard. Walters up with it at first. He'll race to the bag. 2 away.
I'm sure they would have loved to get that just about 5 pitches ago.
Instead, it's 5-0 here with 2 away. Miners, 1 game on in the doubleheader, which extended their record to 9-5, but if they are unable to come back in the 7th, they would drop down to 9-6, and they'd be in a tie in first with the Chugiak Eagle River Chinooks. Here's a breaking ball, strike 1 from James Aaron. Gets it over. No activity down the Miners bullpen appears. Aaron's their guy. Comes the 0-1 in the dirt. 1-1 here on John Hanley. Hanley's been playing pretty well behind the plate today. Not normally a catcher, but doing a good job there. There's the pitch, missed low, and another tidbit on that Bucks win is they're now winners of 6 in a row. Started out the season very poorly, but now up to 3rd in the ABL standings. 4th sits the Anchorage Glacier Pilots at 5-7, and here's a line drive to center field. Morozic took a step back. He'll settle under it, and that'll end it here in the 6th. But not before the Oilers scratch across 4 runs, in big part thanks to a 3-run home run from Garrett Pennington. We'll head to the 7th. Miners still hitless, looking for their first hit of the game, and we'll be back in just a few moments. Well, welcome back into Kenai as we start the top of the 7th, and we're not going to say what's going on anymore, but...
Time is running out.
Yeah, time is running out. Luke Yasinich is in control of this game. 1-0 to Josh Morozic. Morozic, two-hitter in this lineup. Here's the pitch from Yasinich. And he gets a strike over, 1-1. Walters on deck in the hole. Tyler Wilson. Here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled back out of play. Morozic in a 1-2 hole. Still a small splattering of fans on hand, hoping to watch Luke Yasinich deliver the Oilers the win. As here's a ball just tapped. Actually, no, a swing and a miss, and it's going to get away from the catcher. Hanley over to first easily is Josh Morozic, so that's going to go down as a drop strike 3. It'll go down as a strikeout for Morozic, but he gets down to first as that ball scatters away from Hanley, so the Miners get a runner one way or another.
Number 15.
Got that runner in every variety, it seems like, besides a hit. So now Walters will come to the plate.
I think the only thing they're missing is an intentional walk. Maybe a hit by pitch.
I don't think that intentional walk's coming anytime soon.
You never know.
Yeah.
You can always dream.
We saw the Miners explode late in game 1, so maybe. Walters 0 for 2 on the day. Here's the pitch. Strike 1 with the breaking ball. Yasinich goes ahead.
You could hear it from the crowd, too. They were loving that pitch, dropping right back into the zone.
Oh, yeah. Sound like the Kool-Aid Man a little bit. 0-1 for Yasinich. Here it comes. Popped up into short left. Coming on is the left fielder Pennington. He'll circle under it and make the catch 1 away.
And at this point, they're all in defensive mode. They want this no-hitter to happen. It could be a huge turn of momentum.
Oh, my gosh. I thought we weren't saying the words this inning.
I'll say it.
Yeah, he's got a no-hitter. We'll say it now.
I'm not afraid of things.
Tyler Wilson.
Gotta face the consequences of reality.
Tyler Wilson to the plate now. Miners down to the last 2 outs here in the 7th. They trail 5-0.
Plus, I'm fine with an announcer's jinx happening the opposite way.
Here's a fastball fouled way back out of play by Wilson. Wilson absolutely scalded a ball the opposite way on the first pitch he saw back in the 5th, but it went right to the left fielder Pennington. Yasinich sets. 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Big hack from Wilson. Now he's in a deep, deep hole at 0-2.
That might be the biggest swing we've seen out of him at the plate today, as he just swung out of his shoes.
Cirelli sits on deck. Yasinich sets. Comes the 0-2. Swung on back up the middle, but it's caught by the second baseman Olmstead. Oh my goodness. Looked like Tyler Wilson had the first hit for the Miners. Another smoking liner off the batter, number 44. But into John Olmstead's glove, and we are 1 out away. Nick Cirelli, the Miners' last chance.
I hope he hits a bomb. Break the no-hitter with the biggest disrespect, but Nick Cirelli is just going to be focused on getting on base.
So here's a pitch in the dirt. Skips away from Hanley, but Morozic sticking over at first base.
Morozic ready to take off, too. Obviously has the speed. Tired of probably being caught stealing these past few times.
You can't say that the Miners haven't had hard-hit balls. They just fell right into the mitts of the Oilers. 1-0 on Nick Cirelli. Left-handed DH. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit straight up into the air, ranging into foul ground as the left fielder Pennington still going. He makes the catch, and it's all over. Luke Yasinich with a no-hitter and game to a 7-inning no-hitter as the Peninsula Oilers take the 4th game of the series, their first win of the series by a score of 5-0. Luke Yasinich was electric for these Peninsula Oilers. Miners once again losers 5-0. They did win the first game of the doubleheader 6-5, so they still took the series today. They're up 3-1 in the series. Have a chance to win 4 out of 1 tomorrow. Oilers will try to keep it at 3-2. For the Miners, taking the loss was Michael Paul. He allowed 3 runs, as 2 of them were inherited on that home run. James Aaron. The winning pitcher, obviously, Luke Yasinich, who had that no-hitter tonight, scattered couple of base runners, 3 base runners at that. And we'll be back tomorrow at 6 p.m. start time on a Wednesday night as the Miners will close out this road trip and hope to get another W. I've been Reese Lannon, joined by Sean Neath, saying so long here from Kenai in the Peninsula. Miners back in action tomorrow at 6 p.m.